Today I want to tell you a story that involves gold coins just like these. But we're going to start off by having you do me a favor. I want you to imagine yourself in a position where you're 80 years old, you're an 80-year-old man or woman, and over the course of your life, you have amassed a stack of 1 ounce, or we'll just say gold coins. Now, you amass this stack of gold coins. It could be for a number of reasons: to have it aside for emergency, to have it aside because you don't believe in the government, you don't believe in the dollar, you're worried about these banking collapses, or you just have it aside as a way to build your wealth and leave something to those that you love when you pass on. Now, imagine you are the same person, you wake up one day and all of those gold coins are gone. Now, they're not gone because you sold them and you used them to go on vacation and enjoy the rest of your life. They're not gone because someone robbed you. They're gone for no other reason than the federal government took it upon themselves to open your safety deposit box and keep them for quote unquote safekeeping. Now, this actually did happen. We're going to be talking today about a guy named Don Mellein, and I may have pronounced his name incorrectly. And I'm going to put a link down below to this article about this on Institute for Justice. Now, this article is about not just Don, but over 1,400, I believe, of these safety deposit boxes that were opened by the federal government, by the FBI, because the company that had these safety deposit boxes in their service that they offered, named U.S. Private Vaults, was under investigation by the FBI. Now, the article that I'm referencing states, and I'll put a link down below, it says, in March 2021, the FBI raided U.S. private vaults. The warrant authorizing the raid directed officers to focus on U.S. private vaults, the business, and specifically stated that it did not authorize a criminal search or seizure of the contents of the individual safe deposit boxes. When it came to the box holders, the FBI promised the judge that it would preserve the property for safekeeping until it could be safely returned to the rightful owners. Now, of course, the FBI didn't actually intend on returning that property, at least according to this article. Again, I'll put a link down below. But instead, it says the FBI's plan from the beginning was to use civil forfeiture to keep everything in the boxes worth over $5,000. Obviously, 110 gold coins is worth well north of $5,000. The FBI abandoned its initial plan to carefully videotape the process. Instead, agents completed inventory paperwork that described the contents of the boxes with vague terms like miscellaneous coins or even quote-unquote miscellaneous general items. In all, the FBI sought to forfeit over $85 million in cash and untold millions more in precious metals and other valuable property, including the contents of Don's box. Now, that is directly from the article, and I'm going to ask that you go read the entire article if you want to know more. But that gives me plenty to talk about here. Guys, that's ridiculous. The warrant did not even authorize the FBI to search and seize from the individual boxes, and yet they did it anyway under civil forfeiture. Now, if you don't know what civil forfeiture is, let me explain. Let's say, all right, just for an example, that you bought a used car, okay? You bought it off of a car lot, shitty car dealer, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. You bought a used car legally. You have the paperwork. You have the title. You paid for it with money that you earned legally, so on and so forth. You did nothing wrong. The government later finds out, let's say local law enforcement even, finds out that that car was used in a bank robbery. Well, I guess a bank robbery would be federal, but you get the point. They find out that the car that you bought used was used in a bank robbery. They can literally seize your car and never give it back to you. Not because you did anything wrong, but because the car was involved in a crime. So they can take the car from you, they owe you nothing, and they keep your property. You get nothing for it, you did nothing wrong. That is what civil forfeiture is. Now, as with anything I say on this channel, it goes into much more depth than that, and I am certainly no lawyer. So if you want to know more about it, please look up actual legal representation to learn about civil forfeiture. But what I said is the gist of how it works. And it's really unfortunate, and I believe this wholeheartedly. And this isn't a political, left versus right thing, guys. We don't get political on the channel, but we do call out BS when we see it. And I absolutely believe that many times in the past, civil forfeiture has been used to take possession of property that they had no right to do so. And clearly this is one of those cases. Now, unfortunately for Don, he had to file a federal lawsuit. He had to pay $40,000 of his own money to prove his innocence and reclaim his property. But it gets worse. Because after spending $40,000 to get private legal representation to fight this, after they agreed that he should get returned all of his property, he got, guess, 47 of his 1 ounce gold coins back. That means 63 of them are still missing, and the FBI has no idea where they are. Now, on these documents that the FBI filled out when they were going through these boxes, they initially were going to videotape them opening the boxes and going through the contents. Guess what didn't happen? The videotapes didn't happen. They were going to take very detailed reports of what they pulled out of the boxes. Guess what didn't happen? Very detailed reports. In fact, the reports were so vague that some of the coins were listed as miscellaneous coins. Do these look like miscellaneous coins to you? Of course not. They are not miscellaneous coins. They are 1 ounce gold coins. Miscellaneous coins could be you putting your hand into your pocket, pulling it out with your pocket change, and putting it into your safety deposit box. That's what they wrote him down as. They have no idea where this man's missing coins are. He spent $40,000 of his own money to retrieve 47 of his coins, which at least is something. 47 1 ounce coins is worth more than 40 grand, but he's still missing 63 1 ounce gold coins and is now out $40,000. But this guy, the 80-year-old man, this is his savings. This is what he intended to leave for his family, and he is still, to this day, he's probably going to fight till the day he dies, and he's never probably going to get any of the rest of his gold back because no one knows where it is. Now, look, if it sounds like I'm angry, and you're probably wondering, man, Seeker is angry. Look, it's because I am. And it's not that I'm angry at any specific individual. I'm just angry at the system in general. And keep in mind, this is not a political channel. We are not going to go left versus right here. But when I see government BS, when I see overbearing stuff like this, I mean, this is just out of the realm of unbelievability for me. It just doesn't make any sense that a law-abiding citizen, a taxpayer, someone who worked his whole life to stack up this gold, just gets it taken away. He has absolutely no recourse. Thank goodness for the Institute of Justice that is able to help him out here. I mean, could you imagine if he didn't have resources like this? What would we do? We basically would just stand there and say, here you go, thanks. And yes, that makes me angry. So guys, I'm going to end this here, but I want to say before we go that I have said many times on my channel that if you don't hold it, you don't own it. That's something my dad was telling me decades ago. It's been a saying around forever, and it means so much more now than I believe that it ever has. Putting your money, putting your gold and silver into private vaults like this, make sure that whatever you do with them, you know that it is a safe and secure place that you can get to easily and that you can retrieve your gold and silver if you need to. I could not stress that enough. If you have your gold and silver in a place like this and you can't get it and you're not sure, make sure you're able to hold it. Otherwise, what is the point of even having it? Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, do me a favor, like and subscribe. I'm going to put a video above here. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out because it's a good one. And we will see you in the very next video. Thank you and have a great rest of your day.